it was all a dream? Or did reality really just kick in? Let's find out what I have to say on this clip and episode of Sounds of Sir Q. Hit it! Yo! Man, okay, now when it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, look, there is so much that's going on. So much so that it's really hard to keep up. And mind you, y'all need to know that I have a very busy life. Like, it's nobody's business. Like, I'm busy 24/7, but I always want to provide time to give you guys commentary because that's what I love to do. But, I mean, I have not missed an episode. I mean, keep in mind, you guys, there are 5 episodes in. Tomorrow will be episode 6 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And let's just say, I have yet to have been disappointed. Well, when it comes to the show and when it comes to the ratings, I'm not disappointed in that area. Now, when it comes to the dynamics of the ladies and how things are transpiring and playing out, I am disappointed because, you know, of course, the things that we have seen thus far, we're not wanting to see that. And of course, we all know what I'm speaking of. I'm talking about Kenya Moore and Brit Eady. You guys, now, I mean, of course, it's been all over social media. Everyone and their mama, and even the babies, probably. No, let me keep children out of it because, you know, this is it's truly sensitive at this point. But this last episode was a lot. Now, you know, I've spoken about this before, and even just to rewind back, you pretty much when this was playing out, I was speaking about this on one of my episodes, and I'm not gonna lie, like I'm happy, but at the same time I'm disappointed because, you know, as I expressed to you guys before, I wanted to see, you know, the whole scenario play out. Like I felt as if, like, had this not played out, we would have been robbed from, you know, what transpired and why Kenya was, you know, actually allegedly suspended from the show. But, you know, to watch it, you know, it's very sensitive, and, you know, I can only imagine, like, the people that were actually present, you know, when the action, you know, took place. I can only imagine how they felt, you know. I'm pretty sure there were a lot of mixed emotions. And I will say this, I'm very grateful that how the situation played out. The fact that Brit Eady decided to remove herself when she felt. Now, let me just say this, just to rewind back, right? When Shamia had invited Angela and Brit over, you know, and let me just say, this is why I love me some Shamia, because she is, like she said before, she is the glue when it comes to the dynamic of the ladies. And she had invited Angela and Brit over so they can, you know, have a little discussion as to what happened, you know, the night before when Angela had brought the ladies together for a dinner. And, you know, Brit did express how, you know, she may have went a little bit too far. And because we all know that a lot of people are taking up for Kenya, and rightfully so. I understand, you know, her stance and everything, but I also do not want to negate Brit Eady's feelings as well, because she is a victim in all of this, you know, and no one is perfect, you know, we're all human. And Brit Eady did say, you know, she may have went overboard. She did go overboard when she was speaking about, you know, the you know, bam bam situation of it all. And whips and things of that nature. But I want to, in her defense, I feel as if she was over exaggerating just based off of the location they were in. Because keep in mind, they were in Bankhead. And I mean, everyone knows, when it comes to Atlanta, Bankhead is like the not so great area. I mean, we all have areas like that. So, I mean, I feel like it was a play on words. Again, I'm not going to downplay, the statements that she made. I'm not downplaying that, but at the same time, you have to understand that in the midst of, a situation or what have you, a lot of times you're gonna say things that you really don't mean in that moment, especially when there is a back and forth altercation. And that truly was transpiring between Brit, Eady, and Kenya. And so it escalated very quickly. And again, you're gonna say things that you really don't mean in the heat of the moment. I honestly do not feel that Brit meant the things that she said, but of course, I can understand being offended, which is, how Kenya felt. She was offended, and she wanted to defend, her stance on everything, and that's why she divulged, that plan and put that in motion, and felt the right time in her mind you. She felt the right time to broadcast that was when everyone was actually together at her re-grand opening. But I will say what makes it disappointing was because, I rewind back and I saw last season when Kenya was she was very upset. She was very heartbroken because they didn't get to showcase her salon during the finale. And she said a lot of that stuff was cut out, and, she felt like that was wrong, on the producer's part. But you fast forward, she now had the opportunity. She was given the opportunity to, showcase her spa and to show, not only the people in Atlanta, but, to show the audience that's watching the show, what it's all about. And within a matter of minutes, she ruined that moment. And so that's what makes it disheartening. And, to go a step further, what really took things over the edge was when she revealed one particular photo. And of course, this photo showed a not so good image of Brit, Eady doing, some not so good things. And mind you, allegedly, it's been said, that, she was at a very young age on that photo. And so that right there is very sensitive, knowing that bit of information. And mind you, Brit, Eady has mentioned that several times during these last episodes, how, when she was a video vixen or what have you, she started at a very young age. She was pretty much in high school. So we're looking at like maybe 16, 17, 18 years old. So I can only imagine, that photo, that big poster that Kenya showed, it makes it even more heartbreaking, And again, I'm not, it's hard to say how you really, I don't even want to pick sides because it's really damning. It's very disingenuous to even want to take sides when it comes to this, because it wasn't a good outcome on either side. When it comes to Brit, Eady, and how she was how it made her look, when that information was shown, and Kenya, the outcome of it all, the fact that she was suspended from the show, and she only lasted 5 episodes. So, and who's to say what her future holds on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because I mean, it seems like now, as you fast forward, and now that we've actually seen the whole scenario play out, it seems like there's a possibility that Kenya may not be coming back. I don't know. From what I had gathered from my sources before, it was, alleged that she was just suspended until further notice. And, there was a major possibility that she would return for, the next season. But I also saw that, Kenya was making some comments based on some statements that Andy had made on his podcast, allegedly. So what I want to say is this. I want to say that I understand right now that Kenya is in her feelings. I get that. I understand that completely and utterly. But I don't want it to be like a Nene situation, right? Where you are going to say and do things that could ultimately damage your, reality show career. And I look at Kenya because I see that she's a single mother with a beautiful, young daughter. And I know that everything she does is not just for her, but it's also for that beautiful little girl as well. And so I want her to really think about, her actions before, she makes them. But at the same time, I do understand that she is needing to stand up for herself, because at this point she feels as if she doesn't, who else will? Which is why sources have brought to me that Kenya is also starting a YouTube channel, and it's going to be about her own confessionals, because of course we know that she didn't get an opportunity to have confessionals on these episodes. So she's having her own YouTube channel that's going to basically give her that opportunity to express and speak on everything that played out leading up to her departure. This is a whole mess because it's so much that's going on, but we still have to stay tuned in. We still have to watch and see how everything else is going to play out, because there are more crazy dynamics, and we just have to piece together all of this to understand why things are transpiring, why relationships that used to be are no longer. We need to understand what's going on here, okay? But I also want to know what you guys think as well. So be sure that you guys leave your comments, because I think we all need to be engaged in conversation when it comes to all of this that's playing out. If you want to know more about me, make sure that you go to my Instagram page, which is I am Sir Q. That's IMSIRQUE. And make sure that you always get and stay certified with Sir Q. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait until the next episode and clip. Until next time, thank you guys. Peace. For more information like this plus more, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like and comment as well. And a new episode is coming your way this week.